Welcome to the Down the Middle podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 89 here. Coming off the back of last night's Special Olympics episode, we thought we'd sort of get back into it with our usual sports of footy and golf, or mainly footy tonight. So, yeah, you're listening to us for the second time this week, and I think it's a massive privilege. And I've also got my co-host here with me, Joel. How you going, mate?
That was the best intro of our 89 episodes. Up you go, H. That was good. That was good. That was spur of the moment too. I said, I'm going to do this, then you do this. You said, no, I'm taking it. I'm taking it back. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Mate, I've got, for anyone watching the YouTube, I got the Battlers shirt on. We spoke about the Battlers right at the back end of the Olympic episode, and we sort of cut it off right on a cliffhanger. So haven't had any feedback from that yet. It's only been 24 hours, but I think a couple of people will be listening to that. But go back and listen to the Olympic special because there was a cliffhanger right at the end. We got the Battler shirt on for the grand final on Monday.
Yeah, mate. Got the time, 7:30 is penciled in there. So
Raging Reds, is that it?
Raging Reds, mate. Yes.
Terrible name. Terrible name.
Yeah, they're not the nicest either.
Oh, a bit fiery.
Yeah, well, they imploded themselves.
Oh, that's right. With the last game. Yes.
Yeah. No, they got the full crew, mate. I swear they got like 2 or 3 people there to film.
Is that team that does the full warm up and the filming and?
No, I think it's a different team, but they filmed.
Okay.
Mate, they got 4 or 5 subs. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, we just rock up 10 minutes before the game. There you go, boys. Put the boots on.
Yeah.
Bit of a stretch and then get on the field. So
bit of a stretch. I've never seen you do a stretch.
I had to stretch on Monday night because it's been about 5-6 weeks. So I got a little bit of a stretch there.
Yeah,
but mate,
I'm going to try and get down there. I'm going to try and bring a support crew of some sort. I might try and bring maybe one kid. It's not an ideal time for me because that's a late bedtime. But I'm going to try and get down there and bring a kid. The 6:45 game was okay, but 7:30 I'll be pushing it. So
that's push it for a little bit, but
I might get someone to live stream it for me.
Yes, maybe might be able to.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Maybe a live stream for the. Leave that with you. All right, let's talk about some other professional sport. What do you got?
Mate, well, we might as well go through the results from last week from the NRL before we hop into this week's, mate. We'll go all the way back to last Friday night. Mate, the Warriors winning 28-16 against the West Tigers.
Easy.
Easy win to pick, but bit of a bludger of a game, really. Sort of high scoring, but yeah, it's
Tigers are sort of half putting up a fight against like some of the lower teams. Obviously, the top teams they are more struggling against. But 2 weeks in a row they've put points on the board, but obviously just not enough.
Yeah, exactly right. I think they're trying without succeeding. I feel like they sort of just, and you can't really do too much. They just got to try and win now to save the spoon. Really,
they got stuff. Just there's so much stuff going on at that club. We talked about Bateman leaving for the back end of the season. He came out with a statement talking about Sam Burgess's coaching. Saying something along the lines of, Sam's got a really good culture there at the club and, that makes a big difference and people want to play for that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ooh, he's really having a dig at Benji there, I think.
But this is why I think a lot of people are saying the Tigers said, he'll be back next year. He won't be.
I don't think so.
As simple as that. Like
there'll have to be something, some. Can they do that? Can Like obviously NRL clubs can go, oh, we'll pay half the contract, you pay the other half. Can you do that with the Super League? Can a bargain be struck there?
No, well, they do transfer fees. I know that because obviously some NRL
Okay.
clubs have paid transfer fees. So I don't know if they do that to the West Tigers, but then how do you
I don't know.
put
It'd
that
be
into the
weird.
salary? Like, do you just go, you know
Because
what?
again, the some sort of board member or CEO or whoever he is, I saw he come out and said, "Oh, it's really helping our salary cap and blah blah blah." So
Don't be careful.
I think they've got one eye on next year without Johnny Bateman. That's and then
Well,
Utuku Manu, he's
I was about
going
to
as
say,
well. We don't have a
yeah,
club yet, but he's going.
that's a two horse race. Um, with
Melbourne.
Storm and Dogs, mate. I want to know where this money's coming from the Dogs because each year they're going to sign 10 players. I know they're a bit of a circus with radio, ship him off, 2 years left, ship him off radio.
Yeah.
But
Has
Stefano is going to want like 700 to 800K.
have either of those clubs come out? Have we seen anything from those clubs, or like well, this is a lot of speculation from the NRL journos that we're going off? Have you seen
I
anything from
think
those clubs? I haven't.
I haven't personally, but I haven't seen. But I think you will now that the decision is made.
Mm,
I think things will start to ramp up a bit more.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
as he doesn't have to hide it because he had the option in his favour. So technically, now that he can actually start talking to clubs right now, he doesn't have to wait for that November
yeah.
because there's actually no technical contract
Where
for next year. So
where would you go? Let's say it is a two-horse race. Where would you go?
Storm, why not? Like if he wants to become an Origin player or hit that next tier, you're not going to do that at the Dogs. They'll drop you after 4 games if you don't perform.
How many years does Bellamy have left? Because you said you did say the other week, talking about Billy, Bellamy goes for a little bit longer, Billy goes for a little bit longer at Queensland, then he goes down to the Storm. Jason
I think
Riles has
two
just
two
left
years.
because he was obviously going to be the next man, but he's not.
Yeah,
Because for me, I would only go to the Storm if Bellamy's there. I
but
think
Bellamy's
as
going to
I,
stay,
I think as soon as he leaves, that culture changes.
but he's not going to leave though. So he's just not going to be the coach because they said,
Mm, yeah, okay, okay.
well, I think he would stay on for a role like a general manager
Like a
to the
like a
top.
Gus Gould type football
I
manager
think
or whatever
almost,
it's called.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. See, I
So
don't mind. I don't mind going to the Dogs. I don't mind going to the Dogs with Cameron Ciraldo and Gus Gould. That entices me, and especially as a Sydney guy, like
yeah, but you have a bad year and they could probably shop you as they do. Like you look at the last 4 years and how many people have they signed? Like
although
especially in the
also
fourth.
coming from the Tigers, if you could convince the Storm to sign you, that's probably not too bad. Will he go straight into the run-on squad though? I don't know. It's a big. He could probably play straight away for the Dogs. He could play next week for the Dogs, but I don't think he'd play next week for the Storm. You probably have to go back and play reserve grade, play for Queensland.
Who's there?
Like that's what I mean. That's why I asked because
He's better
you
than
know
Kama Makita.
Kamakamitha,
Yeah, I
one of
think
those
it's better than
blokes.
him. I think yeah, Stefano and King
Yeah,
would be just looking
maybe,
at that, but
maybe.
we'll see. Anyway,
Anyway,
mate, moving on to the next game, mate. Melbourne Storm 32
speaking of, yeah,
14.
easy.
Mate, they didn't look that good and they still did it pretty easy. So
They didn't look
great.
that good. You're right. They were just strolling over. They were sort of doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, oh, they've got four more points.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know last year we bashed them a little bit, and this year I'm actually really really impressed with the way they've gone, especially through the middle part of the year. So I
Yeah.
think a couple of games left. Easy that they'll probably finish first and be one of the teams to watch in the finals. We could be
100%, mate.
seeing them right at the end.
Anderson and Howarth, mate, the young guys, they're just
Yeah,
step in, do their job,
yeah.
and they might stay there. Mate, then probably the biggest surprise of the weekend, I would probably say,
Not
would have
for
been the
me.
Dogs.
Not for me.
Doggies win 41-16. I can officially put the line through Brisbane to
Gone.
win the premiership this year.
Gone.
I think they'll make the 8, but
Oh, do ya? Maybe.
oh, actually,
It's going to be tough. They
nice.
got a
No,
couple
that's
of
not.
wins to
That's
get.
fair. I thought they were 22 points. Not.
No, they're
Nah, you know
20.
what? Yeah,
They
yeah,
can't.
one for.
I don't think they can.
Nah,
I think
I
they're
retract
gone.
that.
They're
Yeah,
gone.
they're gone. 100%. Doggies looked good. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they're peaking early. They might not want to peak too early and then be on a downfall near the end and then go out in the
Yeah.
finals. But
Similar to
we'll
the
see what
Knights
happens.
last year. Similar to the Knights last year, had that good,
Yeah,
real good run coming home for
that's
the
last
regular
8 weeks.
season. So be very. I'm with you there. I'm with you. I don't want the Dogs to peak too early. I want them to get into the finals deep. So we'll see.
Yeah, mate. Then the second game, this one was no surprise. As I said last week, I tipped the Cowboys in this, mate.
Yep. Yep.
Cowboys winning 30-22 against my Sharkies. I think if Will Kennedy was playing, I probably would have said my Sharkies, but he's just a massive loss. Him and Nico,
Yep.
two spine players. You got a young 19-year-old making his debut. He made a couple of errors, but you expect that. Like,
Yep.
you got to try some things. Trindle and Atkinson, they're sort of just not.
They're just getting a job done.
They're getting the job done, and yeah, sort of. And then some of our forwards have been flat. You
I
just
double checked with you about 10 minutes before the game, cows or sharks, and you said no, still cows. I'm because I was a bit unsure whether or not you were trying to pull my leg. Again, I was 3 from 3, so I wanted to go 4 from 4. But cows, look, only again lots of points there. Only
yeah,
just getting it done. They only won by by a couple of tries, so not too bad.
exactly, mate. And then we got the last game, the Super Saturday, Sydney Roosters. They tried their hardest to throw this game.
Oh man,
They winning 34-30 against Manly. Kiri with 2 intercept tries, and then Tedesco throwing one as well. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, if they lose this, fuck, it could have been massive for their season.
yeah, I think that's. Yeah, well, look, we talk about the Dogs not wanting to peak too early. Look, those are the games at this end of the season that you have to win. Round 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If Roosters end up losing that, well, you get back into the sheds, you cop a spray. The next 3 weeks, you work your ass off. They don't have that time, so they did really well to hold on. Manly to not be able to capitalize and get on top. Does that worry me? Not too much. But it might say something about, again, their finals run, their finals berth.
I think it more says it's come up to against these top teams, like the superstar teams.
Yep.
Can they get over it? Like,
Yep.
your Roosters, your Storm,
Your Panthers.
Your Panthers, and then
no one else. That's it. Just
yeah,
name the 3. That'll do.
probably yeah. I hate naming the Roosters in that because they've been up and down. I'd probably say more Penrith and Storm.
But big game wise, Roosters usually go pretty good. The only time the other week against the Storm they didn't perform, but I think 9 times out of 10 they have this year.
Fair enough. Heat and then Penny Panthers, mate, just
is what it is.
Yeah, 46-10 against your Dragons. It was a bit funny actually because we played Penrith in Independence on the Sunday, and I said to him, I said to the bloke, I went, mate, Penrith are going to win easy. Like, Dragons off last week.
I said that.
Yeah, I said Dragons off last week. I just don't think they're not in the mix. Like, you got Sloan that got injured or dropped. It's amazing. I think it's dropped because he's back this week.
Yeah.
They did say he had a good New South Wales Cup game.
Look, Matt Feeney got injured too. He got a head knock. There was a few little injuries and whatnot to both sides. Admittedly, Dane Laurie also had to leave the field and didn't come back. But that it hurt the Dragons a little bit more losing Fine. They didn't have the bench that was as versatile. Well, I think they should have been able to score a few more points. I knew they were going to lose. 46 against them, that's huge. I didn't think they were going to score that many, but I thought maybe I wouldn't have tipped they would lose by 36. I thought they might lose by 16, maybe 18.
I would have said, 13 to 20. I
Yeah,
said
the lot
13 last
the
year.
losing a few sort of key positions there really
Yep.
threw them out of whack. Ben Hunt sort of trying, sort of not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything was just a bit out of whack. We got to.
And
I'm really hopeful that they could make the 8, get a couple of wins in the last couple of games, but
it's going to be tough.
they got 2 weeks to work it out. And if in the next 2 weeks we'll know, and then they just got to go. All right, what are we doing in 25?
Yep.
So whatever.
And you look at the game, it's really one bloke
Nathan
sort
Cleary,
of tore
mate,
you apart. Mate,
far out.
back-to-back weeks, he's just come in and steered the side to a win. Mate, I even said I gave you another hot tip with the
Yes,
super
you
coach.
did.
I went, mate.
I brought him in, and then I captained him because you told me to.
Because you said you were going to captain someone else. I don't know.
So I had Adam Fanua-Blake score 100 in the first game, and I went, I've got the vice captain on him. Do I
Yes,
keep?
that's
Do I loop? And you went, no. Remember, you brought in Cleary. He's going to go for 150 plus. And I went, Hayden Moore, you are an absolute genius. And I put the captain on him, and he went for 178 or something.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Which saved me because I had 3 players score single figures
You picked wrong.
or thereabouts. And then I didn't pick Felt or Hero.
Hmm.
It was a tough week for the DTM battlers. Let's put it that way.
Wasn't for me, mate. I
What'd you get?
Just shy of 1,500. I got 1492.
That should have been me. I got 12. If I had done a couple of here and there's, I probably would have got about 14 or 15. Anyway, are you winning our comp at the moment?
Yeah, I'm winning by 30 points.
Jeez, you could get the ring again.
A double, mate. I'm going for it.
I'll tell you what, if you win 2 in a row, I think we need to make a rule next year that we can't win. No, you know what? No, leave it. You got to beat us.
Just get
beat
better.
us.
So sorry, I'm good at this thing.
Then
moving on to the second game. Bit surprising. This is
this stuffed me. This got me 7 from 8.
Took the Dolphins, mate. The Titans win 21-14. You look at the Titans the week before, mate, and they got smacked by 1 minute. Dolphins won good, and the Dolphins were winning 14-0. You've got to put that out there, and then Titans came home with a wet sail. Not too much to talk about the game because it was a bit of a crappy one.
Tavita Pangai scored in the 3rd minute. Has he scored previously too? I think he might have scored the other week.
He scored 1 or 2 weeks before.
Not a bad return from him, considering his exit to the game and his carry on. Wayne Bennett trusted him, and he's doing a pretty good job there. So
and they've already re-signed him for another 2 years as well.
Yeah, very interesting. I think it says a lot about. Well, again, we talk about players and coaches clashing. I certainly think if he's your coach and this is the club you're playing for, pull your head in and just do a job. But
100%.
it says a lot about some players, they just need to find the right fit and they need to play the right style. They need to have the right coach with the right style and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, last game.
Definitely, mate. And then last game, I took the Canberra Raiders. I was a bit wary. This is the one I was a bit wary of.
Yeah, I was too.
Mate, with the Raiders winning 32-12 against the Bunnies. Bunny season officially done. I think.
Gone.
Oh, is it Daniel? I think Daniel in our.
Oh, Daniel. Yeah. They're gone, brother.
Put your Souths in the bin. They're not making finals.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised he didn't message us this week. That does remind me. Maybe we'll reach out to the young battler.
Yeah, unfortunately, mate, you can put your jersey away for another year. Pretty early.
Put your flag down, buddy.
Yeah. And obviously, Newcastle Knights getting automatic 2 points from the bye.
Yeah. Mate, quickly, if I can, I'm just going to run through the NRLW results. We did say we haven't
Yep.
seen too much of the. I watched a couple of the games over the weekend, and to be honest, some really good stuff out of a few of the games. A bit of, you know, let's call it first game nerves. A few sort of
Yeah.
new faces trying to find where they fit and whatnot, and obviously a lot of the women stepping up into the top grade now, having only played maybe
Mhm.
the Harvey Norman or whatever. Um,
And a couple of upsets as well, mate. I'm
there
just
was a
looking.
couple of upsets. I joined like the NRL tipping comp. I got one from five, and that was only the Sharks, I think. So yeah, a couple of upsets. The
Yeah.
Knights beat the Roosters.
I would have taken the Knights. I probably would have
I
got 2.
I took the Roosters. I thought that they have probably one of the best squads, but they had a little bit of a comeback, but just not enough to edge out the Knights. Knights look like they could go pretty well this year. Your Sharkies, mate, 14-0. And I did
Yeah,
point out to
happy
you
with
that
that.
Cowboys have got a bit of work to do it's their second year, but they got a bit of work to do. Sharks have got a pretty good roster at the moment. I think that's really helping them. The upset here was the Eels, who
Yeah.
came last year, uh, getting over the Broncos 22-10. The Eels looked good. They've got a few changes to their roster. Unfortunately, they lost the younger Cherrington Rubin at training this week. She's
Oh,
busted her leg. I can't remember what exact injury, but she got in a little punch on, and then
yeah.
she's injured herself this week, so that's no good. But yeah, good, nice little upset there. My Mighty Dragons went down to the Titans 18-10. Titans looked pretty good. Dragons tried to fight back, but just weren't good enough. Titans, not going to say premiership favourites, but they could be a chance of playing late in
Going,
the year.
going one better than
Yeah,
last
going
year.
one better. Yep, where they really disappeared in the grand final last year, I think, from memory. And then the new team, the Raiders, 32-12 over the Tigers. They're sitting in first, mate. They have put together quite a good little team there.
A good, good first year team, like for what you can
Yeah,
get.
they've nicked a few players from some other teams, Zahara Tamara, Madison Bartlett, two sort of standouts there. But mate, they've put together a great little team, and they looked pretty decent out there at Campbelltown on Sunday. Oh, he's gone. See ya.
Bah, sorry.
But anyway, so we'll look at that again this week, and we'll keep watching that as it develops. But yeah, just thought we'd run through those results. This week, round 22, the Telstra Premiership, currently recording on a Thursday. So that means that the Thursday game is on. Tigers are down 4-12 out at Leichhardt. I've taken the Cows tonight. Have you?
Yeah, took the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Actually seen a good stat from the random stats guy, mate. The Tigers have never lost to the Cowboys at night. Pretty
Really?
sure. So
Wow,
obviously, like going back to last year when the Tigers were going horrible and they won 66-4.
that was 74-4 or something, wasn't it?
Was it?
Whatever it was. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That is a good start. Well, they need to pull their socks up. They're 28 or 29 minutes in. They did score
Sorry.
the first one.
Yeah.
Samuel Afenu. Is he the young half?
No, the second rower.
Oh, the second row. That's Latu Fainu. I'm thinking of the half.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's usually 3 of them.
Yep. Is there three of them?
Sorry, I
Two of them.
don't. I think there's only 2 tonight. There was 3
Yeah.
last week.
Okay.
With that stat, sorry, the West Tigers have never lost to the Cowboys at Leichhardt Oval at night. Not
Oh,
at
at
night. Sorry,
Leichhardt. Hey, still it counts. Well, that
it's
could
going
be.
all the way back to 2001.
You know what? I have noticed though the random stats got. I love his stats because I don't know how he comes up with them. I don't know how he researches them. It must freaking take him forever. But
100%.
a couple of them that would indicate, who to pick or where the result will go. A couple of them have been losing lately, So this could be the upset that the Cowboys need. Their
There
first
you go.
their first win in the dark at
And
Leichhardt.
they need it.
Maybe
And then
maybe the Tigers will turn the lights off later. See if they can play a bit of what would you call it? Bit of 44 home, murder in the dark.
they're in the dark. Yeah.
Like that, murder in the dark. How good was that as a game as a kid?
Yeah. At the caravan parks, mate, or camping.
Yeah, turn the lights off in like the bedroom or the living room
Yeah.
while all the parents are out the back.
44 home was more of a prominent one in the caravan
Spotlight,
parks.
spotlight.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Spotlight. There you go. Got to get back to the chair or like you're saying, back to the caravan before someone
Yeah.
flicks you. Anyway, I digress. Second game tomorrow. We've got the Warriors Eels 6 o'clock Friday.
Warriors.
I've got the Warriors over at Go Media. Yeah, I think that's pretty
Yep.
straightforward. Eels not like the NRLW side. They I tell you what, maybe the NRLW girls got to give them some tips at training this week.
Mhm.
8 o'clock game Friday. Oh yeah, go.
And just before you go, mate, with actually the news coming out yesterday, Blaze Tangi he's not taking up his contract for next year as well.
That's right.
Um,
Yes.
that's a massive loss. I think they should have made him fullback for the rest of this year and next year. Move Guffo to the centres. Got to get him involved. He's in the centres now, and he's just not.
Interesting that Gutho only a few weeks ago said, "Oh yeah, mate, Blaze next year. I'll play wherever. I don't really care." That was like national. He said it on TV. He got it out there. He goes, "I can move. I don't mind. Like this is the kid that we got to have in the team. I just want to play for the team, and I'm going to bust my butt wherever I am." It's very interesting that only a few weeks later, that Blaze has come out. There's a lot of fans going, oh, we raised him as a junior. He's been in the team since like the 16s, and then he just leaves and blah blah blah. What's your thoughts? Does it matter?
Well, I think it happens all the time. It's starting to happen with Penrith, and that's where they reckon he's going. So, if you don't have good management, you're going to lose players.
Yeah, and look, the other thing is you got to chase the dollar. Like,
Well, he's taking less money at Penrith than he did at
oh, you
than he
reckon?
would be at Parramatta.
Okay, well, you can
So
also chase a premiership if you really want to as well.
I think it's more, and the appeal at Penrith is
Like,
a lot better.
some people chase a promotion or a better workplace or a better system or a better
Yep.
boss or better colleagues, and other people go, no, I like where I am and I'm happy to be here whether I'm on $1 million or 500K or 60K. So I don't know. I think if you're allowed to be a disgruntled fan and go, oh geez, I wish he would stay, don't carry on too much. Like
No, definitely not.
every football player has to do their junior years somewhere, and then they have to play their first grade somewhere. So whatever. Dolphins Roosters 8 o'clock game Friday. I got the Chooks.
Chooks 13 plus over at Perth.
Yeah.
Not too much to
it's
talk about.
in HBF Park, Perth. Is that where the Bears will be? Don't know.
I think so.
Is it?
I think that's why I don't know.
Maybe that's the teaser. We haven't spoken too much about the Bears. We need a bit more information on the Bears. Saturday, first game, Titans, Broncos. Seabus Super, the local derby up there to some degree. Hard one to pick.
Yeah, I'll take Brisbane.
I'm leaning Brisbane. I think I have officially tipped Brisbane. They do have the better team. They obviously have not been winning, but they do have the better team in my eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe just in a nail biter. I don't know.
It just depends on what Bronco team turn. If last week's team
That's what I mean.
rocks up, then you're screwed. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm going to say Broncos just. The 5:30 game, Storm Dragons down at Amy Park. It's a no-brainer. Storm by probably plenty.
The line is 19.5.
Mate, bump it up. Give them friggin' 26.
Yeah, wow. They are $1.10. So yeah, Storm 13 plus, mate.
36 last week. I think it'll be something similar. I've brought Will Warbrick into my Supercoach side, and it's only for one reason. So I think he'll probably score 3 or 4. Sharks Rabbitohs 7.35. I'm going the Sharkies here out at points bet. They need it. They need the points.
Will Kennedy back at
Yep.
home. I'll take a 1
Is
point win.
is Nico gone for the season?
Nah, 1 week
One
before
more week.
finals.
Okay. Oh, okay. 1 week before finals. So
Before
he's got another
finals, not
4 or 5. 4 left.
before,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Sunday, 2 o'clock. Panthers Knights. I don't mind the 2 o'clock game, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Panthers out at Bluebet Stadium, Penrith. Yeah, Panthers by plenty. I will be
simple.
captaining Nathan Cleary again. Is that young McLean still playing this week?
He is, mate.
He
He
is.
is.
He may get a run in my reserves again. Although I didn't play him last week, he got 50 something. Should have. He might get a run. And then the 4 o'clock game, the last game of the week, is the Bulldogs and the Raiders. I'm going the Dogs out at Belmore. This will be a good win for them, I think.
Yeah, the Dogs out at Belmore, but mate, I don't mind the Raiders. Maybe the start. I'll look at the start. I'll give them a start.
What is it?
Depending, it is
It's probably 7.5 or something. 9.5.
8.5. I'll take 8.5. 8.5 Raiders there.
Nah. Look, Josh Adokar back.
He's done.
Stephen Crichton back. I like the doggies. I like the
I'll take
doggies.
the Dogs. I'll take the Dogs,
Probably
but
the
not
start, yeah, probably 8. They might not win by more than 8, so that's probably not a bad idea. And the Seagulls get the bye. They probably need it. After not getting the win last week. So yeah.
Yep.
Little update. Cowboys are up 18-4. They look to be trying to break the curse of the night game at Leichhardt. Murray Tuolungi scored 2 tries before halftime. They've got about 5 to go before halftime.
Yep. Very nice. Well, another loss for the Tigers.
Yeah. That's okay. We don't really care about that, do we?
Yeah, exactly right.
Doesn't matter.
Rather than lose.
Yeah. Mate, I came up with an idea today that I'm just going to tease before next week for the Olympics. I think the golf needs to be reshuffled. I think they need to rethink how they're playing the golf, but we're going to find that out after we watch all of the golf over the weekend. You got anything else for us?
Well, I think just a little recap probably from last night, just to say we did get a couple
That's
of
right.
medals last night.
Yes, we
Jess
did.
Fox obviously winning the canoe or K1, whatever they want.
C1.
The C1.
Yep.
So yeah, now she's the highest, as I was saying off air, mate. She's the most individual medal for Australia at the Olympics now.
Yep.
I think that's 3 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was.
Sounds good.
So yeah,
She's on fire. And she's having fun doing it too. Like she's a good sport. She's a good Aussie. She just gets out there. I saw a video she uploaded today. She unfortunately had a bit of puffy eyes, so she was just using the cold gold medal to reduce the inflammation around her eyes. Which, you know what, it's probably a good idea if anything.
Mate, obviously sticking and then to the water sports, mate, Kyle Chalmers, mate, he did the best he could. Silver, as you said in the story there, mate, you get a silver and you lose to the bloke that beats the world record. You can't do too much.
I want to see where this story goes over the next couple of days because there's been a lot of
He didn't take his opinion.
No, it's very salty. And he came out and said that during the week, Chalmers didn't say hello to him. One of the other guys, Lexi or Alexi or something, splashed his coach. Looking at a graph, I don't know that I saw something. It is the biggest margin to beat a world record ever, and it's the biggest margin between first and second ever or something ever in a long time. I don't know. I can't remember the exact year, but a lot of, I don't know. I said it to you today. It's got a lot of Sun Yang about it for me.
Yeah, 100%. And then, mate, to top it off, we got 2 bronze last night in the BMX. Natalie got the bronze, and then the other young fella in the swimming as well. He got a bronze as well.
Double D Cook? No. Yes.
I think it was something.
Yeah.
He got
in the breaststroke. Yeah.
something.
Mate, did you watch the BMX? Pretty good.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I watched the women's. I watched Natalia Diem get her bronze. That's actually pretty mad. Some of the stuff that they do. I don't
Yeah,
mind that sort of stuff.
but yeah,
I'm not doing a
we'll
backflip
do.
on a pushy.
Nah, definitely not. And then we'll wait for the weekend results and we'll do another recap.
Yep.
At the start of the week.
Yep. Sounds good. All right, battlers, enjoy the weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and just get ready for a bit of an update on Monday by about 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You'll know we'll either be yipping and yahooing or there'll be 15, probably 12 pretty sad blokes out at
Yeah,
Catherine Park.
100%. Enjoy your weekend.
See you, battlers.